Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Rewind. It's that show RN and I take a look back at the latest week in wrestling and give our takes, man. We're your hosts. My name is Kyle Tyson.
I am Mr. Sick as a fucking dog, allergy-wise. Stupid fucking Ohio weather, 65 degrees in February. So if I look like shit, that's what it was. I'm not really sick. It's just my allergies. Like, it's literally been 30, 60, 30, 60, 30, 60, literally the past like week and a half here in Ohio.
Damn. We got a guest joining us tonight. It's Elimination Chamber picks, by the way, folks. Tomorrow morning, live in Perth, we have WWE's Elimination Chamber. So we're gonna give our predictions, and we brought a guest on to run down the show. Everybody, it's your favorite guy, former Dirt Sheet writer, Mr. Lee Walker. What's up, Lee?
What's going on, everybody? How are you guys?
It's been a minute since we've all been on together, for real. Now I think about it.
Yeah, for real, it has been.
Yeah, Lee hears that he hears that we're gonna do like a 20-minute video. He's like, yeah, I can make that time. I can make it for 20 minutes.
So wait, It's tomorrow morning, or I thought it was Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. Tomorrow. This goes up on Friday. We're recording Thursday. Yeah. I'm speaking from the future, RN.
I know, I'm fucked up. That's what I mean. It's been a while.
All good.
I'm doped up on Benadryl. Get off my back, man.
Oh man, it's good. We want to thank you guys for joining us. You can always catch our shows live whenever we decide to shoot them. Twitch.tv/SmackedRaw. The replay goes straight up on YouTube, youtube.com/SmackedRawPodcast. And then, you know what? All right, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to break some news here. I'm not sure if we're going to continue the podcast format. I'm not sure if it's worth the effort. But for right now, we are still have the audio version of these shows on pretty much all platforms. For the time being, I kind of like the video stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah. Anyways, and then also, since we have a guest on here, we might as well tell you about Perched on the Top Rope. Lee has been killing it. If you look over on Chartable, he's been doing good on U.S. charts and various other countries. His show's picking up a lot of steam. Lee, you do primarily a lot of interviews, right? A lot of interview-based stuff.
Yeah, working relationship with WWE. Well, a little bit with WWE. They don't send me any interviews, but I'm trying anyway. AEW has sent me Thunder Rosa. I've had Lance Archer, MLW, NWA, TNA. I just had Decay, the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions, who, ironically, if we're going to speak from the future, on Friday are defending their titles at TNA No Surrender against MK Ultra.
Hell yeah. That's going to be fun. And you got a chance to interview those guys recently.
Yeah, I actually just put the interview up yesterday on YouTube at Perched on the Top Rope.
You've been fucking killing it, man. Like it's been dope to see, like the rise and shit, like seeing all the stuff coming your way and shit. Like I love it. Like especially like somebody that we know we've been with, and been friends with too, and then like seeing you fucking climb out the mud with it. Like that shit is fucking amazing, bro.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's every day you learn something new, and just this has been it. I feel like 10 years from now, if I'm still doing this, I'm still going to be learning something new every day about YouTube and podcasting and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good job, Lee. All right, well, enough of sucking your dick. Let's talk about WWE Elimination Chamber. All right. We're, man, this is, it's going to be, so far they've only got 4 confirmed matches. If you guys are wondering, like, how to watch it, it's going to be streaming on Peacock Saturday, here in the States, of course. February 24th, that is literally going to be tomorrow after this video goes up, at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Yours truly is not going to catch it live. I'm just going to
Fuck.
Throw it on whenever I wake up, and probably watch it on the way to work or something. But yeah, man, you guys. Quick question: overall consensus about this pay-per-view because we're gonna kind of go through these picks pretty quickly. Once we actually dive into the meat and potatoes. This, of course, is just got that odd spot, that unique pay-per-view spot, as being the last WWE PLE, I guess, before WrestleMania. Typically, these shows are amongst the most predictable shows, and this one feels honestly like probably the most predictable. I think I would be shocked if any of our picks differ from one another. We'll figure that out in a moment. But with that being said, does that take away from the excitement of the show? Are there other things that are getting you into it? Like, this is like an arena-sized 60,000-seater show from Perth, Australia. Those fans are going to be going rabid. Are there things that are getting you excited for this, or do you feel like the foregone conclusions of the matches kind of kill your overall excitement? What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't really care about the outcome of the matches. Like you said, we know what this shit is. Like, I'm excited because Elimination Chamber is always dope. Like, I think it's become one of the top 4 to me because it has so many implications coming out of it. And now we're getting a spot every fucking year. Like Montez last year, I'm sure we'll get something this year. So, like, to me, it's all about just the chamber itself. Like you said, we pretty much know how this is going to end up on both the matches and what we're getting coming out of it. So, like, I'm not going to dwell on that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And it's the drag season in between fucking WrestleMania anyway. So, like, I'm just excited to see what happens in both the chamber matches.
RN said it pretty perfect. This is about the spots. This is about the spots. For all intents purposes, when we do the predictions, I think it's going to be safe to say we know the outcomes of the matches. And I think WWE knows we know the outcomes of these matches. So they're like, well, how do we get them to watch? Well, you go to another country where it's going to be 60,000 people filling the stadium, and you know that they're going to have some crazy spots in those 2 chamber matches. Yeah. There's no way that they can't.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Spots.
Yeah, to me, like, the rewatch thing too, like, having it already happen by the time motherfuckers wake up from being hungover on Friday night or whatever they did Friday night, like, it's probably gonna be like off the charts as far as like, what is it, like the secondary rewatch, whatever the hell they call it, like after it airs, like it's gonna be ridiculous. So like it kind of ends up being sort of a win-win for them either way it goes. So like you said, so like, I mean, we know what this is. We know that time in between Rumble and Mania is hit or miss, up and down, roller coaster type shit. Like, everything's not going to be what we think it could be. So just enjoy it for what it is. Like you said, it's going to be spots out the fucking ass, I'm sure, and keep it moving. Get ready for Mania.
Do we know what the only non-match I'm 100% convinced will happen is the Grayson Waller effect is going to take place during the show. Do we know of like who his guest will be? Because in my mind, I don't know personally. I'm just thinking out loud right now. But in my mind, he's obviously a heel. He's a Aussie himself. So we got to get somebody who's like a bigger star than him to come out to get the cheers while we get the boos to Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
The guests are Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
Oh yeah.
So it has been confirmed.
Yeah, they said it. It was on Raw, wasn't it? Either Raw or SmackDown, they said. I can't remember.
Well, I told you, man. I was like, I easily could have missed it, which shows I did.
I think it's going to be a bloodline beatdown for sure.
Yeah, I can say that. All right, man. Let's run down this match card really quick. This is going to be, like I said, pretty predictable. But we'll see what we can get out of these matches. The first up is the Women's Chamber match. It's going to be Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Naomi, the returning Naomi, a called-up Tiffany Stratton, and, of course, another returning Raquel Rodriguez. So you have 3 women who recently have returned since the Royal Rumble. Liv Morgan, Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez, Tiffany Stratton, of course, coming up from NXT. A lot of fan bases behind her. Already, you've talked her up to me quite a bit in the
Yes.
past.
That's who's the spot's gonna come from. She's doing the fucking moonsault off one of them chambers for sure.
Nice. And then, of course, you have the mainstays of the main shows. Of course, Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. This chamber match has been, essentially 90% of the shine has been going to Becky Lynch. Like it's WWE have almost intentionally been trying to tell the story that it is almost a guaranteed fact that Becky will win the chamber and go on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Almost to the point of, do you think they're trying to throw us off the scent, or do you think it's more or less WWE just doesn't want to waste our time and just wants to start getting all those promo packages built up?
I hope it's them trying to throw us off the scent. Because,
Yeah.
like you said, they've been pushing it so fucking hard. They've been kind of turning into it too and leaning into the Becky stuff. So like, it hasn't been any like, because when they get like when they think we got a scent of what they're doing, they try and fucking like throw us off a little bit or like ease up on it. So like the fans are chill on it until they announce it. They haven't done any of that. Like they
She gets
flat
all
out
the mic time, all the face-offs.
everything.
Everything.
It's pretty much them saying she might as well won the Rumble.
Yeah.
So to me, I'm hoping it throws us off the scent. But like you said, we already know what this is. So like, let's get there. Get Tiffany Stratton's definitely gonna have the spot of the match because her fucking moonsault may be the best moonsault in the biz right now. She's moonsaulting off that fucking one of those chambers or something. I can
One of the pods.
pretty much guarantee that.
What do you think, Lee?
I think he's right. I think this is where you see more of the high flying spots because in my head, I was picturing Liv Morgan doing a crossbody off a chamber, but I was also thinking Naomi as well.
That's who I initially thought though, until Tiffany Stratton got in. And I think with Naomi not really like, is Naomi really with WWE or is she on loaner?
No, she's with us. She's with WWE.
Oh yeah, that's right. She filmed that. That was pre-taped or whatever. But yeah, and I just don't see them doing that or Liz putting them in a position where they could get hurt or do anything. Like it's gonna be, or it could be all three. We never know. Like we haven't got like some crazy shit like with the women in the chamber before, so it could be all three. But my money's definitely on Tiffany Stratton. I mean, because her moonsault is fucking built to do something crazy.
As far you're betting on who does the high spot, not who's going to win the match.
No.
Yeah,
we
no,
already
we're
know
just
Becky's.
spot.
I thought we already came to that conclusion. We ain't even got to really fuck with that.
You have to. Hey, look, for formality's sake, we have to go
I mean,
through.
like I know we're gonna say it, but I mean, like
Yeah.
I thought, like ain't no point of us keep discussing who's gonna win. We
The
all
winner.
let's all say it's Becky here. We know that.
Yeah,
We're
that's
talking
at least
about
our
what's
picks.
Right.
I will say this is the one that I'm the least certain about because of how obvious they've made it.
Yes,
That's the
Triple H
only
always-
thing that wavers my confidence is just because WWE has almost comedically been blatantly just predicting Becky winning this match.
And we just saw how they pivoted with the Rock shit. Like, so
yeah.
hail to
Yeah.
the king. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what he might pull. He might pull a fucking low blow on us or a little eye gouge and like get us off of it. You never know. But
And
Would be
that
pretty
fooled
interesting.
everybody.
Who would be the most interesting winner if it was not going to be Becky to face Rhea?
Bianca, I think is to me my perfect thing, and I called this and asked for this a long time ago. What was it? Maybe like 7-8 months ago. Bianca wins at fucking Mania. Jay comes out and challenges her, gets in her face. To me, that's the perfect thing moving forward. I know that's not going to happen because I don't think they want to. I don't think they want to throw Jade into it too quick, which I think is a fucking mistake. I always feel like when you get a free agent, that the whole, especially a free agent her side, what's wrong with throwing her right at the top? Like that's the whole point of it. Like that's why she was such a big get to begin with. Throw her ass in there and let's see what she got. Like either she's gonna sink or swim. And who would be a better opponent for it than Bianca? So
I will say that I feel, and we can dive into it more as we get closer to Mania, but I really hope that WWE has something big in store for Jade at Mania. If her entrance alone, game can kill it. But back to the people actually in the match. Yeah, Bianca is an interesting pick. Lee, what about you? Do you have like somebody else who would be interesting outside of Becky Lynch?
I mean, it's not so much as interesting. It's so much of the only other person that would make logical sense based off popularity is Bianca Belair. I mean, I look at those other names. Naomi's back. That's great. Hasn't done much though. Tiffany Stratton, she's new. You know she's not winning. She's probably the first one eliminated. Raquel Rodriguez just returned, but doesn't have that like main event feel, to
Not
it.
yet.
Had they pulled the trigger with Ronda Rousey, she'd be there. But they wanted to keep Ronda hot as long as they could.
And they've pulled the trigger on Liv Morgan already. And they shot a blank.
Right.
They did. I'll say this, to play devil's advocate, I think the most interesting one, and granted Becky is by far the most interesting pick, just because of like the current setup anyways. But besides Becky, I would actually go with Liv Morgan because I believe you could tell a story of being one of the former tag team partners, and you can show off the highlights of them when they went to WrestleMania together and they were wearing the matching black leather and all of that. Aesthetically, I think that'd be pretty cool. That's just my pick of who I would have do it if it wasn't Becky Lynch. But my pick's, of course, Becky.
I as much as I don't like Liv, and I think that she's literally not main event material at all. Like, and I'm gonna stand on that. Like, if Rhea was a face, I'd actually would rather probably go with that route than even the Becky route, because then like you have like a built-in story. You give the fans something where they gotta pick a fucking side. You know what I'm saying? Where it's not just like the baby face, heel, underdog. Like if they were both face and you went that route, you made the crowd like, look, no, this, you got to figure it out. Like, and just them having that camaraderie and shit like that. If it was the other way around, yeah, I would go for that. But like, being that she's heel, like it's either Bianca or Becky. And
yeah,
the thing about it that I love too is that no one is in disagreement that Bianca, like if it was Bianca, that it would be a bad thing. Like, and I love that she's got to that point where she's universally recognized as a star and the star, whether she has the belt or not. And like, that's fucking dope. Like,
do you think she's
a black woman, a young black woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, just where she's came from and how she's got here. Like the fact that she's looked at that upper echelon, really up there with Charlotte now. To me, like,
yeah,
that's fucking amazing. Like, and I dig it.
Do you think she's the biggest star to emerge post WWE Four Horsewomen?
Yeah, by far.
I'm trying to think of anybody else that kind of came up after the Four Horsewomen that's risen to the heights of Bianca Belair.
None of them.
That's men or women. I think she's the biggest.
You obviously Rhea Ripley is the other one. Yeah, Rhea. But outside of those two,
I still don't think Rhea's up there with Bianca.
Oh, you're full of shit, already.
I'm not saying she's like leaps and bounds ahead of her. I'm just saying, to me, Bianca's the bigger star. Like,
Bianca's
Rhea
doing like
the
as far as like mainstream stuff. Yeah, I'd agree.
That's what we're talking about, though. What are you talking about?
I'm talking just within like the professional wrestling.
Well, no, they're 1A and 1B. Like they're Rock Austin. You know what I'm saying? They're connected. To me, they always will be.
What'll be interesting to me, though, we've seen Rhea be face and heel. What'll be interesting to me is a real heel turn for Bianca and how the fans react.
I don't know if we'll ever get it, honestly.
I can't see her having the John Cena effect. I can't see her being a face her whole career.
I think it's going to be a long time.
I mean, I know it's going to be a long time, but my thing is I want to know how the crowd's going to react to that, because if we want to talk about like Rhea and Bianca being on the same level, I'd like to see her on a heel level.
Oh, I think we all agree. We'd love to see that, man.
I wouldn't. Honestly, I mean, I would, because I know what it looks like. Because people always forget, like, her entire time in NXT, she was a heel.
Yeah.
People always gloss over that. And my thing is, what I'm saying is, I've never seen any black girls with cutting her hair short and putting on black lipstick trying to look like Rhea. But I have seen some little blonde hair, blue eyed white girls with their mother sewed in the.
You may not see him walking around in the streets, but you probably would see him in the sheets.
No, I'm just saying, like inside these arenas, I've seen
Yeah,
little
not in
blonde
the
hair, blue eyed
arenas.
white girls with the fucking weave sewn into their hair, looking like Bianca with the glasses and the lip gloss and everything. Like, to me, that's what differentiates them, and why I don't think if she does become a heel, I think it'll be like on some Roman Reigns shit, like way down the line, because I think she just crosses over and touches too many different genres for you.
Okay, no, he's 100% right, because now I'm starting to think here, like, Bianca's Hollywood mainstream. She is on a streaming service with Hulu with her own show now with Montez.
Boom, boom.
Rhea's not.
It's Rock Austin. Rock went mainstream movie star. Austin was always the biggest star with the wrestling crowd.
But that's not even true still, because Bianca's still the biggest star with the wrestling crowd too.
I don't know, man.
Have you guys watched that show yet too? Like, it's not like nothing fucking like game changing, but like just seeing.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of black people on that show, man.
It's really not. You would think it would be, but it's really not. Like, I swear that's what I thought too. I thought it was gonna be like Black Ms. and Mrs. and like it's not what you think it would be. Like, of course, I mean, yeah, her immediate family in Montez, yes, they're black. But like they had like Liv is on it a lot. Like, I didn't know that her and Liv were that close and had like that good of a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really dope to see her. And like I said, they do like fan interviews like outside the shows where they ask, you know, when they're like sitting down on the couch, like the confessional, where they're like sitting on the couch talking. They have questions from fans like at the shows and they answer the questions. And like I said, I've seen more little white girls with the braid trying to be like Bianca and asking her questions than I've seen black girls acting like it. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Because no parents are gonna let their little girls dress like that.
Not dress, but I mean like with the fucking long ass stupid fucking weave and shit and everything. Like, it's like
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's fucking crazy to me, bro. Like, I've never seen that. Like, literally, like I wish I had this phone still. Like, I took my nephew to Raw like a year and a half ago or so, and I swear to God, it was 3 little white girls. Blonde hair, blue eyed, cute as a fucking button white girls with their long blonde hair, and then their mother literally braided in the fucking Bianca whips, and they all had the fucking like t-shirts with the lips on it and the glasses and stuff, and they were all doing the little thing when she came out and shit. And I'm talking about for real white, not ghetto white, not wish we was black white. These was wholesome white women, and these little girls was doing all dressed like Bianca, and it fucking blew my mind, yo.
It is like she does have like the female John Cena going on, like the empowering to children. Like, she's very, I mean, I just didn't want to like be all serious about it, but she is like, she has such a very like female positive empowering statement that she makes all the time. That's what would be that would be the weird thing about her turning heel is they've taken all of her heel characteristics and spun them into a positive, empowering thing. Where, like, if she was heel again, now you're going to say all these things that you just put out to the world are actually bad. It'd be kind of weird. She would just have to do dickhead things, is what it would be. It's like,
which is possible of doing. Like, she is by far like capable of being a bitch and like shitty to people. Like, she was. I'm not gonna say she was like on Sasha's levels, like being a heel with the because those characters were kind of similar to Boss Shit and the EST, but like you said, all the things that really made her a heel and that she played up being a heel, the whip with the fucking ponytail, all like talking shit, the baddest, the roughest, all the shit that was like the stuff that made her a heel, they turned it around to make her be like the greatest fucking face ever. Yeah, so it's like
because of those things.
Yeah. So I totally agree with you. Like I said, but I think it's gonna be some Roman Reigns type shit before we ever see her be heel for real.
Oh man, I wonder how they would do it. I bet like they would somehow tie like her positive messages into her hair, and then she would cut her hair, kind of like when Bailey chopped down the flailing tube men. You know, I wonder if that's how they would do Bianca. I wonder if they would forego the hair versus hair match and
the only thing I could think of. The only way you can really get her be heel is if she turns on Montez.
Damn.
That's the only way
hot
that
take,
people would like take it and still not cheer for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even as a heel, she's still gonna get fucking cheers. Like, still gonna be the highest rated fucking with merch and all that shit, regardless. But like,
she's
definitely,
cool. That's the thing. She's really fucking cool, man. Like Jess. Uh-oh.
Is that you or me?
That's me. I think my camera may have died.
Yeah, it did. We can still hear you though.
That's cool. I'll have to, I think, swap over.
Yeah, she's got to take out Montez. That's the only way people would like take a real heel turn serious from it.
All right, so I think I'm just not gonna have camera for a minute, but we'll keep going.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're good.
We're good. Yeah, Montez, huh? All right. Well, everyone already said we said this like 20 minutes ago. Becky Lynch is probably winning this match.
Yep.
All right. Next up, the most predictable match of the entire card, I think, and that's of course Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax. This is I would shit bricks if Nia Jax comes out of this match and actually ends up winning. I don't see it happening. The thing is, do they suspend our disbelief, or is this just like your standard 10-minute like Raw main event type match?
I think this is also a spot where we could maybe see Jade too.
Jade?
Yeah, I mean, this is a way to get her on the show. Like, she's already got the beef with Nia. Like, Rhea wins, dips out or something. I don't know, Lord. Nia just beats the brakes off fucking Rhea afterwards, goes crazy, tears some shit up, and then Jade fucking comes out or something like this. I mean, it's kind of, after what they had at the Rumble, this kind of has to be, like, I feel this is the only spot where you can really get her in and then be meaningful.
Okay.
I understand why having this match, because you know she's gonna have a stare down with the winner of the Elimination Chamber, just like Seth Rollins is gonna have a stare down with the men's Elimination Chamber winner, right? But like, instead of like, obviously Seth is not wrestling on the card, but like, if that's the case, we know the outcome of this match. I would rather see something like the Intercontinental Championship be defended, or like, why have Logan Paul in the chamber when he could defend his United States Championship? Like, throw us a curveball on like one of those titles where we might think there's an actual possibility that this person could lose their championship, right? Like, we know that this is an obvious one, but like, one of those titles might not be so obvious.
I thought that they should have saved Gunther and Jay for the pay-per-view, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a missed opportunity and not a wasted spot, but I think you could have got a lot more out of it on the pay-per-view.
Oh, Gunther can't get to Australia though. That was the thing.
Oh, wait, well, still got Logan Paul.
You said Gunther and Jay, right? Like, we could have saved. Yeah, he had visa issues, was what kept him from Australia. That's why he had to have his match on Raw. Otherwise they would have had that on the pay-per-view.
That's what I thought. I was just saying, why would they put that on fucking Raw?
Yeah, no, he just couldn't get there. That's all. Visa issues. Is my camera distracting you? I'm sorry, man.
No. It's like how it used to be back in the day.
Yeah. This is weird. What's up, Allison? She just stopped by here.
What's up, girl?
Yeah, Nia Jax, I'll just, you know what, just to push more on this, get something out of it, is I think Nia Jax deserves a little bit more praise. I don't know what it is, but this recent run has felt more like, I don't know, it just feels better. I don't know if she's being utilized better. Her character has better motivation. Just overall, I feel like WWE's made better use of Nia. I know there's a lot of people that still want to change the channel when she comes out, but having that monster heel in professional wrestling there's always been a spot for that, and Nia has filled that spot pretty well. I don't know, this most recent time, especially at the Royal Rumble, her position in the Royal Rumble was like fantastic. Like I thought that was booked perfectly. And I haven't been too mad at her recently, because I remember the other run when she was like injuring everybody. That one match where she like almost killed Kairi Sane. Like never wanted to see her in the ring again, but now I actually kind of appreciate her.
Well, because what it is, you got somebody that actually knows how to book what you're trying to get. He knows how to book to get the best out of the person that's in the ring. Nia does not need to be on the mic a lot, which she hasn't been.
Yeah.
She doesn't need to have fucking 15, 10-minute matches. She needs to have a couple squash matches, a tag match, or some spot where she looks like a monster heel and keep it fucking moving. Now you see what she is as a heel. Like, it doesn't matter what you think. She's a heel, a real heel, Baron Corbin type of heel. And I'm here for it. And it doesn't help that she's good looking too. Yeah, she might be a big girl, but she's still maybe one of the prettiest fucking bitches on the whole fucking roster. So you're winning. Like, there's so much that she brings to the table. Like, you just got to figure out, like you said, a way to rinse out that bad taste that she left in that last run. And I think that Triple H is doing that.
I'm still indifferent, honest, with Nia Jax.
But listen to what you just said before. I'm going to cut you off for 1 second. Indifferent, not you hate her or you don't like her.
No, that's better than where we were a year ago.
That's my point. That's fucking progress.
Yeah, man.
Fucking progress.
A year ago was a completely different story. I mean, I also met her at the big event. She's really nice and everything, but I think if, like Kyle brought up with the injury, her injuring people and stuff like that. Obviously she worked with people that were able to work around the way she worked. Mm-hmm. So that stuff like that won't happen again. She's looks in a lot better like wrestling shape.
Yes. I was just about to say that.
And she's definitely moving better in the ring than the first time around in WWE. So they need a monster heel, and she's it.
My thing is like Allison just said in the chat, you could tell that she worked hard on everything. She worked hard on her look. She worked hard on her in-ring stuff. Like, she looks like, even in her face, she looks better. Like, everything about her looks better. And like, she's just, like I said, I don't think she's really changed really what her character was and how she positioned it. I just think that they, like you said, they found better people for her to work with. They found more reasons to make her look like what she is. And like all those dumbass 7, 10, 12-minute TV matches for a person that's a huge girl, so like a giant, and B, not a fucking, no one on the roster is anywhere near close to her size. So like, why would you have her in those type of matches anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I said, all bow down to the king. He knows what he's doing.
He's shining a light on her strengths and hiding the weaknesses. Yeah. No, good on her, man. Glad to see that she's turning around some people. Allison said earlier that she loves her and she's happy that WWE's doing good things with her. Noob says there's no way Rhea Ripley is losing in front of her family and friends. Yeah, it's not the case. Yeah, Rhea's definitely not going. She's literally the biggest star on the entire card, I think, as far as for that crowd goes. But yeah, let's move on. Next up, tag team match. Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor taking on Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate. It's good to see Pete Dunne's got his name back. They didn't really do anything with it, but it's still nice to see. And we don't have to listen to Butch anymore. Although, right. I'm not going to lie, I kind of came around to the name. But...
Never.
But yeah, man, there's once again another match that we feel like is a foregone conclusion because they have lightning in a bottle right now with The Miz and R-Truth taking on Judgment Day, which I believe is what's going to happen at WrestleMania. So for that reason alone, I don't see Judgment Day losing their tag titles in Perth, Australia, unless they got plans for Damian Priest to finally be accelerated into the main event scene with that Money in the Bank contract. I just don't see it though. Yeah. So for that reason, going Judgment Day, winning this match. What about y'all?
Yeah, Judgment Day. And it just sucks because, like, I love both these guys. Like, I was a big NXT UK guy, and Tyler Bate, like, I feel like he has star written all over, and I'm glad that Triple H finally got his hands on him. Like, and I feel like this is kind of just the start of it, and he will be one of the pillars. I'm gonna put that. I'm still staying with fucking Theory, and I'm telling you, Tyler Bate's gonna be out there, and Pete Dunne for real. Like Pete Dunne. Maybe one of the best technical wrestlers in the world, and like that butch shit, having him like a fucking pit bull, like your drunk little brother that gets in a fight every time he goes out. Like, this shit made no fucking sense. That whole stable made no fucking sense, so I'm glad that shit's over. But
you know, it came out that they originally, I forget who it was, and I can't really sort anything. This is just something I heard in passing. But apparently, Butch's original character plan was for him to not wrestle. He was not going to be an actual wrestler. He was going to be more of a manager and more of the Scrappy Doo character, which is why that's why they used him in that way initially, where he would just come out, start punching people, like disappear into the crowd and shit. Remember the whole "Where's Butch" segment?
Yeah, that's why. Thank God, fucking Vince is gone. You stupid fuck. Jesus.
Yeah, man.
I think terrible.
Yeah. When the inspiration for a character happens to be one of the most hated characters universally. Remember, like I said, Scrappy Doo was like the worst character in Scooby Doo. Nobody liked Scrappy Doo, and they were like, you know what? Yeah, we should definitely take one of our longest reigning NXT UK champions, and we'll just model him after that character that everybody fucking hated historically. But,
first of all, why are we even talking about fucking Scooby Doo? That right there should be your first fucking red flag.
Yeah, that was the just Vince though. Vince, who still
that's
believes
what I'm saying. Like, that's why
what was relevant in the 70s and 80s is still relevant pop culture wise.
Yeah,
man, it was pretty silly.
That explains some of the WWE action figure crossovers we got in the collecting realm.
Yeah.
You have an example for us, Lee?
We got Ninja Turtles. We got Ghostbusters. We got obviously we got the WWE Scooby Doo movie straight to DVD.
Yeah.
We got He-Man, the He-Man Galaxy WWE style figures also that Masters of the Universe, figures. Yeah, those things. I don't collect those. I don't like any of these crossover figures. I think they're the dumbest thing in the world. I don't know if we can swear or not.
Yeah, no, RN swears within 30 seconds.
No, they're the dumbest fucking things in the world. They're stupid. It makes no fucking sense why you have Ghostbusters crossing over with fucking WWE. It makes no sense.
I didn't know that was a thing. Like, and my buddy.
Oh, yeah.
My buddy and I go on the show.
Turtles.
I remember the Ninja Turtles one.
Yeah, fucking stupid.
I saw the ones where they did zombies. Like, I remember seeing those. Like,
those were stupid
too. I was like, oh wow, they made the Miz into a zombie. That's weird. Okay. Anyways, we all got Judgment Day winning this one. Last up, men's elimination chamber match: Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul. Who do y'all got?
I got Bobby Lashley.
No way. No fucking. Get out of here.
Come on, this is fucking Drew. Let's just get this shit over with.
Yeah, with CM Punk being injured, and they had Drew cry enough about him wanting to finish his story.
Yeah, man,
his moment. Because he got his during COVID, so he got his in front of 1,000 televisions instead of 70,000, 80,000 people.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you this. He absolutely deserves it just from that promo after CM Punk injured himself, just based off that promo alone, where he came out, looked disheveled, looked genuinely hurt for CM Punk, talked about devastating, and then said, I went home and prayed that this would happen, and my prayers were answered. Dude, the delivery in that alone had me on Team Drew after that point. I was like, you know what? If there's anybody that can benefit from CM Punk's injury, let it be Drew McIntyre, because goddamn it, the guy deserves it. We've talked about it for years. Him having that WrestleMania win in front of a crowd. I hope he goes there. I hope he beats Seth. And I am going to find it hilarious that he finally gets his crowning WrestleMania moment, but as a heel. And I find that just it just tickles my soul. That might be the scenario that takes place.
I think that's the exact scenario that's going to take place.
And then Damian Priest cashes in and wins.
Yep.
God, dude.
Seriously, I thought that was the case in the beginning.
It'll be hilarious, man. That would be so perfect. That would be the perfect storytelling because of Drew just constantly, it's not his fault. And just the blaming of other people. He's already had this thing where he blamed Damian Priest because he screwed him in his match against Seth Rollins. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, this that is like one of that is exactly how it should be booked. I think that's great. Plus, Damian Priest deserves to fucking be talked about in the main event. He's held on to that shit long enough, man.
Right.
Do something with him. But yeah, this match, by the way, too, also an underrated star. I meant to bring this up earlier, so it's going to really feel like it's out of place now. But I think it deserves note. From a production standpoint, WWE's gets their best crane shots in Elimination Chamber. I just want you guys to watch the show and then wait for the crane shots. They get the best ones there. Yeah. They like to get people having their like heads bashed in on the glass on top of the pod. Mm-hmm. And the crane shot will swoop in on that shit and swoop back out. Oh, it's very nice. It's a very nice touch. But
I think with Logan Paul
yeah.
and Kevin Owens, I think they're going to be your high fly spot guys.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because you're not going to have LA Knight, Bobby Lashley, or Randy Orton do anything like Death Defying. No. God, no. Yeah.
And Logan Paul has ups, so I'm expecting something crazy out of him.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be those two because the rest of the dudes are all fucking 50.
Not wrong.
Not seriously, they all are 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. You're right.
Yeah.
Hey, I have to actually ask you guys something.
Yeah.
So, you guys remember when LA Knight and Grayson Waller went and did a media tour, and Grace a floor manager and Grayson Waller almost got into a fight?
No, I don't remember this at all.
All right, so Grayson Waller and LA Knight were doing media down in Australia, maybe 3-4 weeks ago to promote Elimination Chamber. There's two hosts, male and a female, and the female asks LA Knight if he can show her his finishing move. And he was like, oh, I can't do that here. Someone's going to get hurt, blah, blah, blah. So then the male host goes, oh, no, well, you can do it to our floor manager. He's leaving in a week. And Grace, LA Knight's like, what do you say, Grayson? So then the floor manager comes up and starts doing stuff like this and goofing off, and
yeah,
Grayson got mad and got in the guy's face and told him he would knock him out and this and that, and then they got the floor manager out of there, and that was that. And,
so what did they have a guy? Did they try to interject somebody that didn't know how to play along, or
so?
Was the floor manager? Was it? Do you feel like this was all pre-planned out? Or the floor manager just didn't know how to improv with them?
I don't think it was he just knew how to just back off, because he he jumped right up in front of the camera and was like, stuff like that to Grayson. And Grayson's like, I'm gonna knock you out, dude. Like, what are you like? Why would you
get the fuck out?
Like, basically, like, why would you invite us on here and insult us like this? Like, this is our profession. And
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly. So the guy looked like he was taking the piss out of it.
yeah. So then, today there's a video going around. With Austin Theory was doing an interview with a journalist, and the journalist says something along the lines of wrestling being fake, and Austin Theory just is like, "What did you say?" And he, like, gets in the journalist's face and, like, I'm here to do media with you, and this is how you treat me, and blah blah blah, and he, like, walked off.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, WWE clearly did not pick their media well this time around when it comes to interviews.
Yeah,
I like it though. Fuck them. If you ain't gonna respect my craft, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean that's
I like the response.
appropriate response. Yeah, man. Do you think it has anything to do with Do you think it has anything to do with like the Endeavor and TKO? Do you feel like it's like they're the ones kind of vetting the interviews, or do you feel like this is just some bad luck?
I think it's really just some bad luck.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen this with foreign press before.
Right.
Like when The Undertaker and Vader were doing a press tour. It was like in Kuwait, or it was somewhere over like Middle East. And the guy referred to wrestling being fake, and like Vader like fucking flipped the table and smacked the guy up. Down in Mexico, we seen it with Randy Orton when the guy says it's fake and Orton smacks the shit out of him, and the guy ended up like suing WWE and Randy over that. I think it's just something that, for whatever reason, the foreign press, like when like television, like not dirt sheet type.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's to get a rise out of them or if they just
don't. I don't think they just have respect for
yeah.
it. You know what I mean? It's a type of media. It's like the redheaded stepchild in the type of media that it is in a lot of eyes. I think here in the States, I mean, you guys have probably noticed it. Professional wrestling has definitely got way more like cool again. Like it's rarely now, if I bring up that I watch pro wrestling, do I hear pushback. I hear other people talking it now, like talking about pro wrestling more often. I was just flew to Maine, and when I was at an airport restaurant, which never again, by the way, that's way too expensive. But overheard the guys talking about going to Mania. Now, granted, I was in Philly, so the odds of finding somebody who's going to Mania was pretty good in Philly, but nonetheless, you hear about it. Like, you hear it's much more popular now, but yeah, that wouldn't shock me. Like I said, it's probably still frowned upon with other outlets and forms of media, and then not to mention that, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but Vince is always going to be tied to this shit, and maybe there's some relation to it to Vince McMahon, maybe there's not. But if you already have somebody reading the headlines about Vince and they're disgusted with what they're reading, and then WWE comes up, chances are they're still going to associate them together.
Absolutely.
And those feelings may transition. But yeah, you would think a lot of these people would see videos now of people getting fucking like smacked around for calling wrestling fake to wrestlers, man. Jesus Christ, dude.
Guess not.
I guess not. I wonder if there's like a clause, like an unwritten rule. It's like, look, just don't give him a concussion. And like, we'll deal with we'll deal with the suit. You know what I mean? We'll pay him a couple grand, but don't do a Hogan and like choke him unconscious, knock him the fuck out. Oh my god. But yeah, we're all in agreement. Drew McIntyre is probably winning this chamber match. So besides the matches, any surprise returns, guest appearances, anything that you're expecting Undertaker's going to be in town. He's doing his one Dead Man show, which they should have, honestly, they fucking should have called it Dead Man Walking, by the way.
Right.
That should be what the name of his show is. So any big appearances you think are going to happen, or returns, or anything out of the blue?
I can't think of anything. Not for Elimination Chamber.
Like The Rock and Roman Reigns have come out, like said, we're not going. Like, we are not going to be there. And because you obviously they would all, like, The Rock and Roman are if they're going to be anywhere, they're going to be advertised anyways. So no shocker there. We're not going to see them.
They might have like a pre-taped segment or something with
Oh,
them
yeah.
that they air during the Grayson Waller effect, because Cody and Seth being on that, you know, they might do something along those lines. But I can't really think of anyone or anything that would be for like a shock value, except for RN bringing up Jade getting involved.
Yeah. Yeah,
That would-
that would be cool.
That's about the only thing I could think of, honestly. Like, I can't think of anybody that's gonna. They returned everybody that I felt like could have made an impact if they came back. Then they're in the fucking chamber match. So, like, to me, it's Jade has to be the only. Jade's about the only thing I could think of showing up or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if like anybody's got any rumors or anything like that. Let's see here. We're on CBS Sports. Let's see. Those are the matches. Yep. Any rumors? No, like nothing. Yeah. Anticipated events, pinfall submission, just rundown, exposition. Yeah, like nothing. Even wow, kind of ballsy of CBS Sports to label this article match card date rumors, start time match card predictions, and it's not a fucking rumor. It just literally describes what the Elimination Chamber is, and then just gives a rundown of the matches that we just had. Like nothing. The fuck, dude. Just like catfished me into that damn article. What the hell? Anyways,
That's terrible.
yeah, like I said though, that's not what this card is about. That like this event is not about surprising us or shocking us. Maybe we get one or two small ones, but like you guys said, they're going to probably over deliver on the presentation and the matches themselves, similar to what we see with AEW. AEW oftentimes lacks in build and hype as far as the matches go, but then once you're in it, it's usually a lot of fun. This is probably going to be the same thing. So the biggest things that we're going to come away from this pay-per-view talking about, I predict, is going to be just the two chamber matches. It's going to be the winners of those chamber matches will be the stars of this event.
Yep.
Which one headlines? The men or the women? I'm going with the men.
Yeah, men for sure.
Men for sure.
I'm saying because we're in Australia, Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax close the show out.
No fucking way. You're out of your mind, Lee.
I know. But in all honesty, if it's a chamber match, it's the men's that's going to close it out.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, man. I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Appreciate you, Lee, coming by, doing the predictions with us, especially
Yes,
last
sir.
second. We'll catch you guys. Yeah, we'll catch you guys next week when we take a look at the Revolution, which yours truly is going to be at. I'm going to Sting's last match. I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
Taking my son. By the way, if you haven't watched AEW, go back and watch the Darby Allin and Sting promo package they did. Fucking A-tier stuff right there. It was really, really good. But until next time, you guys, y'all have a good one.
See y'all next week.